the shocking announcement that stopped armies worldwide. It was supposed to be an ordinary day at HYBE headquarters in Seoul, a typical morning filled with meetings, music schedules, and PR briefings. But around 11 a.m. KST, HYBE dropped a single post that would ripple through the entire K-pop world. The official statement began with an unassuming line: "We have an important update regarding BTS member Kim Taehyung, V." In a matter of seconds, social media went into meltdown mode. The words HYBE announcement about Taehyung trended #1 on Twitter, Weverse, and even Google search within minutes. Armies across the globe froze, hearts pounding as they refreshed the page for more details. The announcement, though brief, carried a weight no one was prepared for. It hinted at a major shift in Taehyung's career path and mentioned a decision made in full consultation with BTS and HYBE executives. Speculation erupted instantly. Is he leaving BTS? One fan wrote in panic. Is it about his solo career? Another asked. The uncertainty spread like wildfire. Meanwhile, inside HYBE's glass-walled conference room, the atmosphere was heavy. Jungkook, Taehyung's closest friend and longtime brother in BTS, sat in silence, his phone still showing the draft of the announcement. According to staff who witnessed the moment, Jungkook's eyes began to glisten even before the statement went live. Jungkook's emotional reaction: "It feels like losing a part of myself." When the announcement finally hit the public feed, cameras from the ongoing BTS documentary captured a moment fans will never forget. Jungkook, usually calm and lighthearted, covered his face with both hands and whispered, I knew this day would come, but I didn't think it would hurt like this." The crew on site paused recording out of respect. The words were quiet, but the emotion was undeniable. For years, Jungkook and Taehyung shared a brotherly bond that transcended fame. From training days to world tours, their chemistry was the heartbeat of BTS. In an interview filmed later that day, Jungkook admitted, "We always said we'd walk this path together. Even if we do different things, the bond never fades." But still, when you hear it officially, it hits hard. Online, fans began trending #StayStrongJungkook and #ForeverWithTaehyung. The flood of support was overwhelming. Millions of tweets, edits, and emotional fan messages poured in. Many remembered how Jungkook had once said Taehyung was his emotional compass, the one who reminded him why they started making music in the first place. The shock wasn't only emotional, it was deeply nostalgic. The golden duo of BTS, whose laughter filled countless Run BTS episodes, were now standing at the crossroads of their careers. What HYBE really said, the meaning behind the words. Once the initial chaos settled, fans began dissecting every word of HYBE's announcement. The key phrase, "a new phase of independent artistry," became the center of analysis. The statement continued, "Kim Taehyung will be pursuing an individual path designed to reflect his artistic vision and personal growth." BTS members have shown their full support and love for this step. While that sounded hopeful, fans couldn't help but feel uneasy. The timing, tone, and emotional undercurrents hinted at something deeper, perhaps a permanent shift in the BTS dynamic. Insiders later confirmed that Taehyung had been in private meetings with HYBE executives for months, crafting a long-term plan that would allow him to expand his artistry globally, not just as a singer, but as a creative visionary. Sources described the meeting where Taehyung personally told Jungkook and the other members about his decision. "It was quiet," one staffer said. Taehyung spoke slowly but with conviction. Jungkook listened, nodded, and cried. It wasn't about a breakup. It was about growth. But even growth can be painful when it involves saying goodbye to something sacred. Behind the scenes, the night before the announcement. The night before HYBE released the news, Taehyung and Jungkook reportedly spent hours together at a familiar spot, the same studio where they recorded early demos during their trainee days.
According to a close source, Taehyung told Jungkook, "You were always my little brother. No matter where we go, that won't change." Jungkook, unable to hold back tears, replied, "You're not leaving me, right? Just promise me this isn't goodbye." Taehyung smiled. "Never goodbye. Just a new chapter." Those words would later echo across fan communities, becoming a symbolic line for the fandom. Never goodbye, just a new chapter. ARMYs turned the quote into art, banners, and even tattoos. They found comfort in Taehyung's calm reassurance. But for Jungkook, that night wasn't easy. Insiders revealed he stayed at the studio long after Taehyung left, sitting alone, strumming his guitar, lost in memories of the past decade. The fandom unites. BTS forever, no matter what. When the announcement became global news, ARMYs mobilized in an unprecedented show of love. Across 75 countries, fans organized online vigils, fan art projects, and streaming parties to honor both Taehyung's solo journey and BTS's legacy. The mystery of Taehyung's new project. As fans processed the emotional shock, new rumors began to swirl. What exactly was Taehyung's new path? HYBE's follow-up statement hinted at a cross-industry collaboration, which insiders later described as a music and film fusion project. Sources suggested Taehyung had been in talks with global creative teams for a project blending visual art, jazz, and storytelling. Something unlike anything ever done in K-pop. Industry experts were stunned. Taehyung has always been a visionary, said one producer who worked with him during layover. This move could redefine what a K-pop soloist can do. Meanwhile, Jungkook was reportedly the first person Taehyung shared his demo ideas with. He told Jungkook, "I want to create something timeless, something that even when we're old, you'll still smile listening to." The emotional core of the project, fans speculated, was about brotherhood, growth, and the bittersweetness of change, a perfect reflection of their bond. Jungkook's confession on stage. Days after the announcement, Jungkook performed at a global music festival. While singing one of his solo tracks, he paused, visibly emotional. The lights dimmed and he whispered into the mic, "This one's for my brother, Taehyung." The crowd erupted in cheers and tears. Videos of the moment instantly flooded TikTok and Twitter, amassing millions of views. The emotion in Jungkook's eyes said what words couldn't. He missed Taehyung, but he was proud. After the show, Jungkook posted a message on Instagram. "Growth means letting go sometimes, but love stays." Fans noticed the post was liked by Taehyung within minutes. The silent exchange spoke volumes. Two brothers communicating through art, even across different paths. HYBE speaks, the true intention behind the decision. To calm growing speculation, HYBE released a follow-up press statement clarifying that Taehyung's new project did not mean he was leaving BTS permanently. BTS remains a group united in heart and vision, the statement read. Individual projects are part of the members' evolution as artists. Still, the emotional impact lingers. The last time BTS would be seen as the same 7 boys who once shared a dorm. However, music industry analysts praised HYBE's transparency. This is not a breakup. It's a transformation. Taehyung's project may actually elevate BTS's legacy to new creative heights. In a behind-the-scenes clip released later, Taehyung was seen smiling with Jungkook during a recording session. Their laughter was proof that some bonds can never be broken. Fans' emotional tributes and global impact. As the world continued to react, the fandom turned their emotions into action. In Seoul, fans filled the HYBE building entrance with purple flowers and letters addressed to both Taehyung and Jungkook. In Paris, a billboard lit up with the message, "For Taehyung and Jungkook, brothers forever in music." Global media outlets reported the fan unity as a cultural phenomenon. Even non-K-pop listeners were moved by the sincerity of the fans' response. Streaming numbers for both Taehyung and Jungkook songs skyrocketed. Layover and Golden returned to the top of international charts, proving that love, not competition, defined their relationship. One fan wrote, "Maybe the tears are part of the journey. We cry because they mean so much to us." And perhaps that was the true essence of it all. The future, a new beginning, not an end. Weeks later, the storm began to settle. Taehyung shared a quiet message on his social media. "Don't cry for what changes, smile for what stays." The post included a photo, a candid shot of him and Jungkook sitting side by side, laughing during a studio session. It wasn't an old photo, it was new. That single image silenced every rumor. The message was clear: BTS's bond remains unshaken. In the following weeks, Taehyung's solo project teaser dropped, a cinematic visual filled with emotion, artistry, and mystery. Jungkook was among the first to share it with a simple caption, "Proud of you, always." The world may have cried when the announcement came, but as time passed, it became clear this wasn't a story of separation. It was a story of brotherhood, courage, and evolution. Because at the heart of BTS's journey, one truth remains unbreakable. They are seven, always seven. When silence spoke louder than words, in the days following the storm of emotions, fans noticed something subtle but powerful, a shared silence between Jungkook and Taehyung on social media. Neither posted much, no live streams, no updates, just quiet. But ARMYs know the language of BTS. Silence isn't absence,